Jasmine is with the BBB. Jasmine Tucker joins us with an interesting thing is we're kind of right in the middle of vacation season. You're talking rental car scams.
Yeah.
What is this? How does this happen?
Well, you pay for the car in advance, or you go and drop it off and you think you have a price that you're paying, and then sometimes that's not what happens once you finally get that final invoice from the company. So we're just giving people good tips as to check for when they are making those rental purchases.
Well, I think this is a really interesting conversation because we're not often when we talk about scams or things like that, we're talking about a bad actor in another country who's trying to get your info or something like this. We're talking about something right now where you're just not getting all the info up front from a company, and that's just not quite right.
Yeah, sometimes it's that, and sometimes it's a lot of lack of reading on our part. There's a bunch of little words, there's contracts, and we're like, yeah, okay. Especially if you've done it multiple times, you just expect it to go the way it's been going, but that's not always the case.
Is there anything we should be aware of, like certain websites, or are these scams happening through an app on your phone, through email, or through certain types of, anything that we should be aware of?
I would say, for one, always go through a reputable website. So go through places that you already know. Don't click on anything that may be unfamiliar or it might sound too good to be true, because that's always a red flag. So if you're not sure about the company, always do a Google search. You can always call BBB, and we can also see what information we have on them.
It doesn't quite get the notoriety that airlines do, but it's all sort of tied together with travel. But there are a lot of rental car companies that sort of pop up in different areas that have really good deals, and you're like, I've never heard of this one before, but they got a kiosk at the airport. They got to be legit, right? Not necessarily. So that's really good. I'll tell you this. One of the tips you guys always put out there is taking video of the car, walking around doing that. I do that all the time. Very important, because you want to make sure you get a damage claim, something like that.
Do it on the lot with
right there
and
with
you
the signage.
You see the person, like, even how they check the car. Take video of them checking the car and walk around with them to show. I one time had where I turned the car in, and I had this video, and they said I hadn't turned the car in. And they were claiming that I had stolen the car.
Oh, wow.
And so I was able to provide the documentation that here's me giving you the car, here's the sales rep taking the car, and here's the video of it. And that got me out of this jam. But their documentation on their end got messed up.
Yeah.
It was opposite.
That was a
for
Grand
me.
Theft Auto claim coming my way, right?
I drove into the Albany airport in New York, and I tried to return the car, and he's like, we don't have record that you need to return this car here. And I was like,
you got a free
really?
car.
And I was like, actually, no, I'm getting on a plane. Like, you need to take this vehicle. But it's interesting, because sometimes you do have to file your own information, because the companies aren't always doing their due diligence.
No. Not always the case.
Do you guys get a lot of complaints on things like that?
It just depends on what type of business it is, but sometimes we do. I know a lot of times, like you said, you kind of have to do the work yourself. So whether that's taking a picture of the gas tank, knowing that you filled it up, because sometimes you'll get a complaint, hey, they're charging me for gas, and I bought it back and it was a full tank. So just also doing your due diligence as a customer, it definitely always helps.
All right. On your website, do you have any great resources we can reach out? Or
I would say just give us a call. Like you said, we've got plenty of businesses, so we might need to ask a little more, information as to what might specifically be going on for you. But yes, don't hesitate to give us a call. Any question, there is no dumb questions. We're here to help.
All right.
Love it.